YouTube, how are you? I am Siobhan Young, and this is my very first YouTube video ever. And today is also September 13th, 2019. And for those of you viewing this in the future who do not know, that is a Friday the 13th. That is not the reason why I'm posting my very first post ever on today. That is just, to me, a happy accident. But the real reason why I chose today to post my first video ever is because last year on this date, something happened to me in the very exact same spot that I am sitting in right now, which is the shower of the trailer that I live in. And it happened at 2:15 in the morning. Now, to go to the beginning of the story, I, for a few days, had not slept much because for about 3 or 4 days I was binge watching How I Met Your Mother and Friends Marathon on Nick at Night and Freeform. And this particular night, it was like the 4th night, I had decided before watching the shows that I should go to bed early. It was summer, but I wanted to try to get myself back into a sleep pattern before going back to school, but Friends and How I Met Your Mother. On this particular night last year, had done this, watched both of them, and the last episode that was on was Friends, and it was, of all things, the episode where Phoebe gives birth. And after that had stopped, it was 2 in the morning, and my mind had this big, humongous shouting in my head thought voice. I call it my thought voice. Urge to take a shower. And because I had been not sleeping well the last few nights, I argued with myself, why go take a shower at 2 in the morning? I should be in bed. I should have gone to bed hours ago. Why aren't I in bed? I need to go to bed. And my thought voice kept saying, no, go take a shower. And for I don't know how long, my brain just did this. Go take a shower. I need to go to bed. Take a shower. Go to bed. Shower. Bed. Shower. Bed. Shower. Bed. Shower! Okay, fine. I finally caved in and took a shower. I was angry at myself, so I was, like, stomping everywhere, just mad at myself. Why? Why, Siobhan? Why are you wanting to take a shower now? And I gave up, got in the shower, and started doing the shower stuff. And then something happened that, in the moment it happened, confused me. It was a jolt. And this jolt, I thought for a split second was an earthquake. I live in California, so I know what an earthquake feels like. But there was no aftershock. And the very next thing that happened was I heard a loud boom. I realized, I forgot to put a disclaimer, warning. I'm not going to redo this video because I'm liking this. It was an explosion. And I'm sorry, people, that for stopping the story. That was me talking to myself. I do that. Actually, I'm not going to say sorry for that because that is who I am. Anyway, back to this story. There was an explosion, and the first thing I did when that happened was I screamed, "Mom, are you okay?" Because I live with my mom and she was asleep. And disclaimer, I'm going to get really in-depth here and just talk about something very personal. If you don't want to listen to traumatic experiences, please go to another YouTube channel. But in this moment, when this happened, I ripped open the curtain and I saw that all the dust we had had on the walls was in the air, in the path of the bathroom light that we have. And my first thought was, this looks just like the videos I've seen of 9/11. Just dust everywhere, and for a split moment, for as long as it takes me to get from the shower to the bedroom over there is, I'll show you, from here to there. That is the bedroom. And in the few moments it took to get from here to there, I thought I would open the door and not find my mom there. I jumped out of the shower, I ripped open the door, I looked at her, and the first thing I noticed was that she had a cut on her cheek. Sorry, I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. She had a cut on her cheek. And my automatic reaction in this moment was, where's the person who dared to hurt my mom? I literally looked around the room to see if there's anyone there, and no, there is no way through to the bedroom besides that door. None. I had thought someone had hurt my mom, but it turned out to be a wall clock that had fallen on her head. It's a very small, light wall clock, so she didn't have a concussion or anything, just a cut. And then I opened the other door, because there's two pocket doors to the living room, and I thought that that would be all gone, but it wasn't. It was still intact. It's just everything was on the floor. And I grabbed a dress to put on and went outside to see what happened. And I see my next door neighbor's house. I call it a house even though I live in a trailer. Flat. And before you start thinking anything, she's alive. all of the neighbors are alive. Nobody died. And I will admit, of course, all of us are going to have mental scars from this for life. But what happened was, when my neighbor got home, she had a long day of work. She went to sit on the couch, and she had just wanted to relax and took out a cigarette and lit it. But what she didn't know was that she had a propane leak. And nobody knows why it happened. Then again, I don't think I would say why if I did know, because that is my neighbor's privacy. But the thing is, the reason why I'm saying this story is because that morning, after the explosion, I got a call from a family member who was yelling and screaming at me for not calling them after that had happened. Now, I just lived through a traumatic event, and this particular person, this particular family member, has always just tried to control how I express myself. Tried to control whether I can and cannot laugh like this. Like a little girl. And always tried to tell me which shows I can and cannot watch. Like, I'm allowed to watch things like Supernatural and CSI, or, well, not really CSI, that's more their thing, but not My Little Pony, Disney, anything kid. Well, actually, Cartoon Disney, because apparently they now love live Disney shows. It's the same thing! Just a different medium. And that particular morning, I had had enough. Enough! Oops. I made the house shake. I had had enough of being told what I could and couldn't do. I had had enough of this person lecturing me on things I did or didn't do. So, I, for the first time in my life, said, you know what? Fuck you. Sorry, I don't like cursing, but I have to do that at least once in this story. Because that is literally what I thought. F you. I don't care. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to. You can't tell me what to do anymore. Because that explosion taught me the greatest lesson in life. And that is, life is too short and too precious to care what other people think or care what other people tell you to do. And in the last year, I have been just coming out of my shell and being who I want to be. Last year I did this whole thing of finally being the person that wears masks all throughout October. Yes, October. And more on that in another story, but I always wanted to be someone who is random, weird, quirky, who wears costumes no matter if it's Halloween or not, and who just expresses herself in whatever way she sees fit, and not worry about what other people think. And it took an explosion and that narcissist person calling me, and I lived through a real explosion and a mental explosion. I'm still going through it. I still think of that day as the day that made me who I am. Made me finally able to express myself. Finally use the stage name Siobhan Young. I forgot if I have redone this video many times. I have forgotten if I said before that it was a stage name in this video, but it is. And yes, I have an editing system for videos. I just found out that it makes my computer crash. So I have to do this in all one through without stopping. That is why this video is so long. I would say sorry, but I have ADHD, this is how I express myself. For those of you who don't know, that's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I hope I didn't accidentally say that before either in this video. But that's why I wanted to post this video a year after it happened. Because while everybody else will forever remember September 11, by the way, I will say my age in this first video. I am 26, and when that happened, 2001. I was 7. I was thinking I was 6. I was 7 when that happened, but I knew it happened. My mom didn't shy me away from it. But I didn't understand it until a year later, because it happened when I was in school. And the reason why I remember 9/11 now is because in my school we honored it by shooting balloons into the universe. Even though I had seen the videos, I had completely forgotten it because I was young. But September 13th for me will forever make me feel more connected to September 11, because I lived through something that made me feel like it was 9/11. And I am still happy that it happened. Well, I know happy shouldn't probably be the right word, but without that moment, I wouldn't be here finally letting loose and saying to you, my viewers, that I'm me, and sorry, I thought that I was saying to you, but yes, I am talking to you. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't be here expressing myself. I wouldn't be here realizing that my favorite color is orange within the last, literally between September last year and September this year. I finally figured out my favorite color is orange. ADHD really makes you confused on what your favorite anything is. And now that I know my favorite color is orange, nothing will change my mind about that. And the thing is with this YouTube channel, if you're wondering, having questions on what I want to do with it, I barely know. But I know this. In the first few videos, it will be a soapbox of just me saying my ideas about random stuff. And I'll admit it, I've been inspired to do a YouTube video from Nostalgia Critic, PewDiePie, Amelia Fart. I haven't watched her videos in a while, but she's as weird as I want to be. And John Solo, Messed Up Origins. I've been binge watching Messed Up Origins and Nostalgia Critic for days, and I just wanted to do a post. I'm not as well versed in the keeping up with videos or technology because I have a narcissistic father who really loved them, and I wanted to get back at him by just not having anything to do with technology. So I will be saying more about that. I will be basically talking about myself, about ADHD, which makes me explain a lot of things. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I will be talking about basically dance. That is my major. And no, these first few videos I will not do dancing. I will do a post for dancing when I feel like it. I just said post, didn't I? Video. I will do a video. Like I said, I'm not well versed. Later sometime I will talk about deaf culture and ASL. In fact, I will be doing some videos clearly in ASL because that is my passion, and it really, a lot of deaf stories feel like my ADHD childhood, I swear. I will be talking about basically anything that is me, stories, life events, or just basically anything under the sun, including someday politics and religion. Yes, I know many people try to say, don't talk about that, don't talk about that. I don't care. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to let anyone tell me what to do anymore. But I will be trying to keep those videos separate, or ideas separate from what I want to talk about, so that people who don't want to talk about politics, okay, fine. Now that I've taken a critical thinking class, that is weird to me to not talk about politics or religion. But I will someday. Not now. Wait. But these next few videos are going to be weird, quirky, and what? Or at least I hope it makes you say what? And I'm so glad that this almost had a perfect run through. So that's who I am, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, and have a wonderful, magical, whimsical day. I will get that better, but that's who I am. Bye. Thank you for watching.